I always had crushes. I had crushes kindergarten, first grade, second grade. I had crushes. I always had crushes.
Because you're passionate.
Because I'm addicted.
For decades, Brad Pitt's love life has been a relentless focus in headlines. He's had 2 high-profile marriages, both concluding in public, tumultuous divorces, and it seems every aspect of his life has been meticulously scrutinized by the public. Yet, through all the noise and intense scrutiny, a quiet question has always lingered. Was there one woman who truly held an irreplaceable, special place in his heart? Now, after years of careful silence, Brad has reportedly confessed to his closest confidants that there is one figure his heart may never truly forget. Was it the girl next door who became America's sweetheart? Or the global superstar with whom he built a family? To uncover the truth behind this confession, we need to turn back time. Let's revisit the romantic journey that shaped Brad Pitt, from his innocent first loves to the marriages that defined parts of his life. This story doesn't begin in glamorous Hollywood, but with a young man from Missouri carrying a dream. Early life and romances before fame. William Bradley Pitt, born on December 18, 1963, in Shawnee, Oklahoma, spent his all-American childhood in Springfield, Missouri. A classic Midwestern boy with grand ambitions, he dropped out of the University of Missouri just 2 weeks shy of earning a journalism degree. With only $325 in his pocket, he drove alone to Los Angeles, determined to become a movie star. His early years in Los Angeles were a struggle for survival. He took on a series of odd jobs to pay for acting classes and rent, from driving strippers in a limousine and moving refrigerators to famously wearing a giant chicken suit to promote El Pollo Loco. At that time, he was simply a handsome, warm-hearted young man, untouched by the immense pressure of future fame. This period also served as his education in love and heartbreak. His first serious relationship was with British singer Sunita, 1986 to 1988. Years later, after Pitt's small but iconic role in Thelma and Louise turned him into a global sex symbol, Sunita watched the film and reportedly exclaimed with profound regret, "Oh my God, what have I done?" In 1989, on the set of Cutting Class, Brad fell for his co-star, Jill Schoelen, in an intense but brief relationship that even led to a 3-month engagement. Around the same time, he had a fleeting fling with actress E.G. Daly. However, his most scandalous early affair involved Robin Givens in 1989, who was in the midst of a bitter divorce from Mike Tyson. Tyson recounted finding Pitt at Givens's home, with a terrified Pitt pleading, "Don't hit me." That same year, Pitt experienced his first public taste of Hollywood's harsh reality when actress Christina Applegate, his date to the MTV Movie Awards, famously abandoned him for another man mid-event, leaving him alone amidst flashing cameras. It was a humiliating lesson for the rising star. His most significant pre-superstardom relationship was with actress Juliette Lewis, whom he met in 1989 when she was 16 and he was 26. They were together for 4 years and co-starred in 2 films. Brad once called it one of the greatest relationships he ever had. For Juliette, however, after their breakup, his immense fame cast a long shadow over her career, making her weary of constantly being associated with him. Then, in 1991, Thelma and Louise exploded onto the screen. With just a few minutes of screen time, Brad Pitt became an international phenomenon. From that moment on, his love life was no longer a private matter. Every relationship became a global event, dissected under the relentless microscope of the world. The Gwyneth Paltrow years, a fairy tale romance at the top. With his status as a major Hollywood star firmly established, Brad Pitt entered a relationship that would define his public image in the 1990s. In 1995, on the set of the dark thriller Seven, he met Gwyneth Paltrow, the daughter of a famous director and actress who was considered Hollywood royalty. Their connection was immediate, and they quickly fell in love, becoming the industry's most celebrated couple. Brad and Gwyneth were a perfect match, frequently appearing on red carpets with matching blonde hairstyles and radiant smiles. The press dubbed them the Golden Twins, and they embodied an aura of glamour, success, and effortless style. The peak of their romance occurred at the 1996 Golden Globe Awards. While accepting the award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in 12 Monkeys, Brad looked directly at Gwyneth in the audience and emotionally declared, "I would like to thank the love of my life, my angel, Gwyneth Paltrow." The world swooned, believing it was witnessing a true modern fairy tale. Later that year, while filming in Argentina, Brad proposed. Under the South American night sky, he got down on one knee and asked the 24-year-old Gwyneth to marry him. She accepted, fully believing she had found the man she would spend the rest of her life with. But the fairy tale was not destined for a happy ending. In June 1997, just 7 months after the engagement, the couple shocked the world by announcing their breakup. Years later, Gwyneth took responsibility for the split, explaining that she was the one who ended it. "I wasn't ready, and he was too good for me," she admitted, acknowledging her own immaturity at the time. The decision not only shattered Brad's heart, but also deeply saddened Gwyneth's father, director Bruce Paltrow, who adored Brad and had looked forward to having him as a son-in-law. For Brad Pitt, this was a painful public lesson that even the deepest love could fall apart if the timing wasn't right, leaving a scar that would influence his views on commitment for years to come. The golden couple, Brad and Jennifer Aniston. After his high-profile split from Gwyneth Paltrow, Brad Pitt remained single for a while. Then, in 1998, his and Jennifer Aniston's agents set them up on a blind date. Jennifer was the beloved star of the massive hit TV show Friends, and both were at the top of their respective careers. Their first evening together was an immediate success. Jennifer later recalled it was simply easy and fun, and they both felt an undeniable chemistry. A year later, in September 1999, they made their official debut as a couple at the Emmy Awards, walking the red carpet hand in hand and instantly becoming Hollywood's new power couple. Just 2 months after that, during a Sting concert in New York City, they appeared on stage together, where Jennifer proudly held up her left hand to reveal a stunning diamond ring, announcing their engagement to the world. Their wedding, on July 29, 2000, was the event of the decade. Held at a lavish Malibu estate overlooking the Pacific Ocean, the ceremony reportedly cost $1 million and was a spectacle of opulence, complete with 50,000 flowers, a gospel choir, and a dazzling fireworks display. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were no longer just a couple. They were the golden couple, America's sweethearts, and a symbol of aspirational love in Hollywood. Their life together seemed perfect. Brad made a memorable guest appearance on Friends, humorously playing a character who despised Jennifer's character, Rachel. They also co-founded the production company Plan B Entertainment, cementing their status as influential figures behind the camera. They were universally adored, representing a stable and happy marriage in an industry known for its fleeting romances. However, subtle cracks began to form beneath the perfect facade. In a revealing 2003 interview with W Magazine, Jennifer was asked if Brad was the love of her life. Her hesitation was palpable. "Is he the love of my life?" she mused. I don't know. He's certainly a big love in my life." That slight uncertainty was the first public sign that their fairy tale might not be as flawless as it appeared. On January 7, 2005, the couple released a joint statement announcing their separation. They insisted the decision was made lovingly and that they would remain caring friends. The public was in shock, but the most devastating blow was yet to come. Just a few weeks after the announcement, the first photos of Brad Pitt with his Mr. and Mrs. Smith co-star Angelina Jolie were published. The pictures, taken on a beach in Kenya, showed Brad not just with Angelina, but also with her adopted son, Maddox. The image of Brad playing the role of a father with a new family was a fatal blow to Jennifer Aniston's heart and to their millions of fans, confirming the rumors and ending the era of the golden couple in the most painful way imaginable. Brangelina, from blazing passion to devastating collapse. The Brangelina story ignited on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2004, while Brad Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston. The chemistry between Brad and his co-star, the famously rebellious and alluring Angelina Jolie, was explosive and undeniable. Both later admitted to falling in love during the film's production. Once Brad and Jennifer's separation was official, Brad and Angelina publicly embraced their relationship. Kenya photos in April 2005 marked their public debut, revealing not just a couple, but a burgeoning family. The world quickly became obsessed as they traveled globally for humanitarian work and rapidly expanded their family. Angelina adopted Zahara with Brad by her side, welcomed biological child Shiloh, 2006, adopted Pax, 2007, and gave birth to twins Knox and Vivian, 2008. Their rainbow family of 6 children became a global symbol. After nearly a decade together, Brad and Angelina married on August 23, 2014, at their Chateau Miraval estate in France. The intimate ceremony involved their children, whose drawings were even embroidered onto Angelina's wedding veil. It was a beautiful culmination of their love story. However, their 2015 film By the Sea, directed by Angelina and starring both, proved to be a dark prophecy mirroring their own disintegrating marriage. On September 19, 2016, Angelina Jolie filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Shocking reports soon emerged of an alleged altercation on a private jet involving Brad and one of their children. Though he was later cleared, his public image suffered severe damage. Their divorce and custody battle became one of Hollywood's most bitter and prolonged legal wars. The fiery romance of Brangelina ended in a spectacular collapse, leaving a trail of devastation. For Brad, it was more than the end of a marriage. It was the public dismantling of the family he had spent a decade building in the spotlight. New faces, but old shadows. In the aftermath of his tumultuous divorce from Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt largely withdrew from the public eye, focusing on his sobriety and mending his relationship with his children. For several years, he was rarely seen in a romantic context. Naturally, the rumors never stopped. In 2018, he was linked to Neri Oxman, a brilliant MIT professor, though the connection seemed more intellectual than romantic, and quickly faded. In 2020, he was photographed on vacation in France with German model Nicole Poturalski, a brief relationship that drew attention because she was reportedly in an open marriage. In 2022, his name was connected to newly single model Emily Ratajkowski, but their few dates led to nothing serious. These fleeting romances suggested a man who was not yet ready for a deep commitment. That changed in late 2022 when he began dating jewelry designer Inés de Ramón. This relationship proved to be far more significant. They began appearing together publicly, and by early 2024, reports confirmed that Inés had moved in with him. Their official red carpet debut at the 2024 Venice Film Festival signaled a new chapter of stability in his life. Yet, even as he found new happiness, a strange phenomenon persisted. No matter who Brad was with, the shadow of Jennifer Aniston loomed large. In the public consciousness, and perhaps in his own, their story never truly felt over. Every new girlfriend was compared to Jennifer, and the legacy of the golden couple remained a powerful force. This new period of calm seemed to give Brad the space to reflect on his past, the choices he made, and what he had truly lost, leading him back to a long overdue realization, the love that never faded, the woman he couldn't forget. Even after their painful public divorce, the bond between Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston never completely severed. In a 2007 interview, Brad admitted they still maintain a deep friendship. For her part, Jennifer told Vogue, "I will love him for the rest of my life. He's a fantastic man." For years, they kept a respectful distance, but after Brad's divorce from Angelina, a series of public reunions ignited hope among fans worldwide. In February 2019, Brad made a surprise appearance at Jennifer's 50th birthday party, a move that created a media storm. He was not only a guest, but was reportedly one of the last to leave. A year later, at the 2020 SAG Awards, the world witnessed the moment it had been waiting 15 years for. Both won awards that night, and backstage, they crossed paths. A photographer captured an iconic image of Brad gently grasping Jennifer's wrist as she turned to walk away, both of them beaming with genuine warmth. The photo went viral, speaking volumes about their shared history and unresolved affection. A few months later, they reunited again for a virtual table read of the film Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and their flirty, playful chemistry was as palpable as ever, even through a computer screen. Following these events, sources close to Brad began to reveal a profound truth. After years of reflection, he had come to a powerful conclusion. He reportedly confessed to his inner circle that Jennifer Aniston was, and always had been, the one. He realized that the life he had with her, while lacking the intense drama of his time with Brangelina, had offered a sense of peace, laughter, and genuine friendship that he had failed to appreciate. He came to see that leaving her was one of the greatest regrets of his life. She was the one who had left the deepest and most lasting mark on his heart, a love that time could not erase. The man behind the confession. Brad Pitt's journey to maturity. This confession wasn't born from impulsive nostalgia, but from profound personal growth. The painful divorce from Angelina Jolie served as a catalyst for a deep transformation within Brad Pitt. In the years that followed, he spoke openly about his struggles with alcohol and his decision to get sober. He spent over a year attending Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and committed to therapy, finally confronting his personal demons. He also publicly took accountability for his failures as a husband and father, acknowledging his role in the breakdown of both marriages and understanding the pain he caused Jennifer and his children. This journey of self-improvement gave him a new perspective. No longer chasing dramatic romance, he instead valued sincerity, connection, and peace. This introspection helped him fully recognize the true worth of what he once shared with Jennifer. A love built on friendship, mutual respect, and shared joy. Thus, when Brad Pitt reportedly acknowledged Jennifer as the love of his life, it wasn't a young man's fleeting sentiment. It was the sober reflection of a man who has lived, lost, and finally learned from his past. He learned to love himself, forgive his mistakes, and ultimately understand who truly mattered most in his life's story. From a Midwestern dreamer to a global superstar, Brad Pitt has navigated a lifetime of love and loss in the public eye. He experienced the dazzling heights of fairy tale romances and the crushing lows of public breakups. But in the end, after all the drama, his heart seems to have found its way back to the woman who was once his other half in Hollywood's legendary Golden Couple. She is the one who, after everything, Brad Pitt reportedly calls the great love of his life, Jennifer Aniston. What do you think? Is Jennifer Aniston truly the greatest love of Brad Pitt's life? Comment below, like, share, and subscribe for more unforgettable Hollywood stories.